Hello darlings, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rhonda, the perfume maven, and on this channel we discover fragrance. So if you're interested to know the perfumes that I wore for this previous week, just stay tuned. Welcome back, darlings. It is about that time again for another episode of Scent Talk, where I discuss my weekly fragrances, how they performed, and overall if I'm going to keep them in my collection, or even if I'm going to add them to my collection. Who knows? We'll just have to see while we spill all of this perfume tea. Okay, you guys, so this is season 2, episode 7, and I do have 2 samples that we're going to be going over. The first one is going to be from Kilian, and this is I Don't Need a Prince by My Side to Be a Princess. I did already kind of talk about this perfume before, but you guys, I picked it up because I did spray it again because it was just sitting there all by its lonesome in the drawer, and I said, I am really tempted to try Love Don't Be Shy from Kilian. So I said, let me give Princess another shot. So I went ahead and I wore this again, and boy, do I have some thoughts on this. So this is one of 2 samples of the week, and this next one is from the House of Perfumes de Marly. I just have to give my 2 cents on the House of Perfumes de Marly, honey, because I have some things to say. But I am going to be going over Delina, which is the pillar for the women's line of fragrances from Perfumes de Marly. To get into the fragrances, the actual full bottle fragrances that I wore for the week, the first one I picked up was from VIKTOR and ROLF, and this is Flowerbomb Nectar. This Flowerbomb Nectar is a flanker to the original Flowerbomb, which is an explosion of flowers and has been out for quite some time, and when it was released it was very popular, but this is an intense version of the original Flowerbomb. This one is described as an oriental floral, so I know it's going to be rich and heavy, and yes, it's rich and heavy. And I'm going to go ahead and give her a spray. Really just one spray is all you need because she is very, very potent. So you guys, this Flowerbomb Nectar is very rich, strong, and sweet. She has notes of cases, which are the leaves of blackcurrant. And blackcurrant is a popular note in perfumes nowadays. You can definitely pick up the strong scent of the cases, and it kind of reminds me of a little bit of Valentino Donna's Born in Roma. That blackcurrant in there is really rich. This is a heavy scent of vanilla, which it has benzoin, which makes it very, very syrupy and sweet. So this dries down really, really sweet. The sweetness does not go. It's there from beginning to end. I went in with 4 sprays of this Flowerbomb Nectar, and let's just say I had a very, very good day, and I received a couple of compliments on this perfume. It just drew me back in. I have not been wearing this because it is so sweet, but I just, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that I picked it up because I was on a sweet kick and I wanted something sweet. I wanted to kind of lean away from the rose a little bit, like how I was last week. I was more on a rose kick, but this week I wanted something a little bit more sweet. So I did go in with my Flowerbomb Nectar from VIKTOR and ROLF, and again, I did 4 sprays, and it lasted me about 8 to 10 hours just on my skin. So this is a heavy hitter perfume. I love the sweetness. So yes, again, this one is Flowerbomb Nectar from VIKTOR and ROLF. This is the 1.7 ounce, and this is an Eau de Parfum Intense. Okay, you guys, so this next fragrance that I picked up, which is a full bottle, I went in with this Oscar de la Renta Bella Rosa. Now I did go over Bella Essence last week. I hope you guys was able to check out my review of Bella Essence. It was short and sweet, and that's what I'm going to be doing now with reviews because I don't want them to be long and drawn out, just to say basically something you could say in 3 minutes or less. So if you guys are not feeling that short video, which I kind of feel like you weren't, okay, because the views were a little low, but I just want to keep it short and sweet. But again, I did go in with this Oscar de la Renta Bella Rosa. And I will say with this perfume, my thoughts has changed. So I actually did go in and retry this Bella Rosa because my first impression was not a good impression, okay? So I just had to retry it before I ultimately decided I want to get rid of it. You guys, what I really pick up from this Bella Rosa, it's a creamy rose. Slightly sweet, but peppery. So you do get that little bit of that spice. And I think that is what kind of pushed me away when I first smelled this. You guys, is I picked up that peppery rose. like that spicy rose a little bit. And I could not get past the middle stage. I had to scrub it off because that peppery scent, and it was kind of, we was in a transition from winter to spring. So the spiciness was a little bit more prominent than it is now. Or since it's warm outside, I'm definitely picking up more elements from this perfume. It's creamy and it's fresh and it's a little earthy. Not like a dirty earthy, but more just earthy, a fresh earthy. Like where the patchouli is not dirty smelling, because it definitely has patchouli. You can definitely smell the patchouli. And it is kind of strange how my nose has changed smelling this perfume and actually wearing it, because I did spray it on my skin and wear it. And for me actually wearing it for a full day, my thoughts has definitely changed. So I would say right now, this is getting better for me. One thing I did do was I added the lotion. I actually found the lotion from TJ Maxx. It was only $12.99. So I said, let me go ahead and, try it with the lotion. And the lotion actually smells really, really good. So these two together pair very well. And the lotion kind of helped the fragrance to stick longer. I did go in with one spray on each wrist. I was very careful. I didn't spray it on my chest because I didn't want to get choked. And usually if I sprayed in the front, the scent will be kicking up and it'd be hitting from the bottom of my nose. And it makes me almost nauseous. So I was really careful where I spray each wrist where it's a distance away. And if I had to scrub it off, it's easier to scrub it off my wrist than to be sitting there suffocating with it coming from my chest. So just 2 sprays, but I was definitely surprised that it did last me about 4 to 6 hours. I want to say 6 because I sprayed it at about 2 o'clock and I was still able to smell it at 8. Like after my lunch break, I was still able to smell it. And I just kept smelling my wrist and I'm like, okay, Bella Rosa, it has definitely changed. So I would say she is not a scrubber anymore. I think I have found that I have to wear this in warm weather. This is not a good one for cooler weather. So that spicy peppery note is only in the beginning stages of this perfume. So again, I did go in with 2 sprays, one on each wrist, and it did last me about 6 hours. And I was able to smell it well past 8 o'clock. So Bella Rosa for now is saved. She is saved in my collection. And it wasn't part of me actually pairing it with this lotion. So if you do plan to go to TJ Maxx and you actually like Bella Rosa, I would definitely say try it with the lotion because that really did help with the longevity. Yeah, about 6 hours. And again, this is from Oscar de la Renta and this is Bella Rosa. Okay, so those were the 2 fragrances that I wore as full bottles. Now we're going to get into the samples. And this one from Kilian, I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. You guys, this is an Oriental vanilla. So as with an Oriental vanilla, it's definitely going to be rich and sweet on the vanilla, which I am a huge fan of vanilla. I love vanilla. I love the sweet and richness, especially with it being an Oriental. So you know it's going to be kind of beastly, which I don't mind beastly. And I love the sweetness of the vanilla. So, and I was also surprised that this is described as for men and women. So this is like unisex, which kind of surprised me because this does read a little bit more feminine, just to my nose. This is a sweet vanilla gourmand, and I cannot wait to spray it again. So actually, you guys, I am about out of this sample because I did wear it for 2 days straight. I wore this because I wanted to get a full impression if I wanted to pick it up. So with this Kilian, it does smell very, very similar to Prada Candy as well as Pink Sugar. It's almost like a mix in between the two, but I will say that this Kilian is definitely more refined. Those notes of green tea and ginger really, really stand out and does make this more mature than the Pink Sugar. So that was a winner in my book. And I was able to pick up that ginger and green tea. I was like, yeah. So I did actually spray this in 4 places on me, one on each wrist, one in the front and one in the back. And I was able to get wafts of this perfume for the whole entire time that I wore it. So that was 4 sprays and it lasted me about 6 hours. So by lunch, I was able to smell it. But then after the 6 hours, you could still smell it, but you would literally have to kind of be up close or it became more of a skin scent. So I did not mind that because this is absolutely gorgeous. And I think it performed really, really well in the heat, even with it being an Oriental vanilla, which those are perfumes that I really do prefer in the fall and winter, but this did me wonderful. And that ginger note in this perfume kind of put me in the mindset of a Balenciaga fragrance. Like Balenciaga B, the original, and B Balenciaga Skin. Even though B Balenciaga Skin does not have ginger, but I kind of pick up that gingery scent and it's so strange. But I know the original Balenciaga B has ginger, but that's what it smelled like. But the ginger is really sweet from the vanilla. So this perfume is not in no way, shape, or form immature. This is sweet, but it's gorgeous. And I am definitely going to pick up a bottle of this. I don't need a princess by my side. I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. I am going to go on the hunt to find me a bottle of this. And I hope I find one for a good deal. But I did tell myself in order to pick up a bottle of this, I have to get rid of either my Prada Candy or my Pink Sugar because I'll have 3 perfumes. It's kind of similar. So between those 2, it would definitely be Pink Sugar. So if I can find a bottle for a really good deal of this, I'm going to say Killian Princess. Pink Sugar is gone. It's time to part ways with her. But I am okay with that because this is so gorgeous. And my husband, I had him smell this. And he was like, damn, that smells amazing. So you guys, I'm definitely going to pick up a bottle of this Killian. Yes, so I will be on the hunt. And again, this one is, I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess from Killian. This is an eau de parfum and it is an oriental vanilla. So it's really strong, rich, and heavy. Almost gourmandish. Very, very pretty. So again, Killian Princess will be added to my collection. So let's move right on to the next one. Okay, last but definitely not least, we have Delina from Perfumes de Marly. Now, I know this scent has been raved about. I know this scent has been hyped up. I know some people don't like it. I know some people love it. Honey, because I've been in these perfume streets paying attention to see how people felt and thought about this fragrance. And for the most part, you know, a lot of people liked it and I did read reviews. Some people couldn't stand it, but hey, fragrances are unique to each individual person. Even though it's been some time since it's been out and it's been talked about a lot, I had to get my nose on it to see how I felt about it. And I did actually receive the bottle of First Kiss from Layered. When I did that video for Layered fragrances, I did receive First Kiss. I really didn't talk about First Kiss because it was a dupe. I really wanted to see their own creation of a fragrance. So this is supposed to have been a dead on dupe. That's why I did not mention it. Okay, but I actually like this. And when I smelled it, I was like, I need to get my hands on the original. If the original smells anything like this, which a lot of people were saying it did, so I just had to get my hands on a sample of the original of Delina, not the dupe. Okay, so the dupe, I will agree, it's very similar. This is just a little bit more citrusy. That's it, okay? That's it. That rhubarb is kind of more prominent in the dupe of Delina. But other than that, they are very, very similar. I would actually say this is a dupe, okay? But we're not talking about Layered, honey. We're talking about this Delina. So let me go ahead and give her a spray. And what I really get from this Delina is that rhubarb note, but I get spices. And the rhubarb is a little bit sour, but I do get the spices. Like the nutmeg, I can definitely smell the spiciness. And also, a main thing that I really pick up is the woods, like the vetiver. But the vetiver is so refined. You guys, this is really, really woody to me in my nose. You definitely pick up the rose. Of course, you're going to get rose. This is a rose-dominant perfume. You do get that rhubarb that's sour and that rhubarb which smells really rich, like juicy and sour. But this definitely dries down to a woody base. It's very refined. It's very gorgeous, very elegant. And vetiver is kind of a hard note for me. In some fragrances, it does turn to woody. But in this case, the vetiver was very particular. And it reminded me of fragrance that I really don't really care for. But it smells like the vetiver in Marc Jacobs Decadence. That's what came to mind. And you guys, I'm not a fan of Decadence. I like Also Decadent, but not the original Decadence. But the vetiver in this is so, so nice. I had to save a spray for me to do this, talk about this in Scent Talk. So I am completely empty. I only had just that one spray left. But you guys, I could not wait. I just could not do it. I just had to go ahead and pick up the bottle of Delina. And when I poured this, my husband complimented this almost immediately when I sprayed it. He said that it's really, really nice. And he is my #1 critic when it comes to my fragrances. So if he loves it, I'm definitely going to pick up a bottle of it. That's just without a question. I actually love it myself. This is so beautiful. He ranked this Delina a 10 out of 10. And that's high coming from him. Okay, so he really liked the Killian and he really liked this Delina. Though these was his 2 favorite that I wore for the week. So you guys, I just cannot wait. I had to go ahead and dive in. But I will let you know, okay? This bottle is very pricey and I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know that. But for those of you that do not know, this bottle is around $330 on the Parfums de Marly website. But I am not sponsored by Perfumes de Marly, so I'm just going to tell you guys, I did not pay $330 for this bottle. I paid less than half of that. And I will leave a link down below if you're interested in Perfumes de Marly Delina, you will get a very good deal on it. So again, you guys, I went in with this Delina. I sprayed 4 sprays of this Delina, 1 on each wrist, 1 in the front and 1 in the back. And this lasted literally till midnight. I did put it on around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're talking about 10 hours of wear. In the beginning, it's beastly. When you first spray it, it does have some projection. So it projects when you first spray it. But then it kind of settles down, but it does not leave. Even though it settles down, it stays there and it's just pleasant. I just kept getting these wafts of the spices and this really refined vetiver. It was just gorgeous. I am in love with this scent. So again, I went in with this Parfums de Marly Delina, and now I am intrigued to try Delina exclusive. You guys, I do have the Discovery set. The only one I don't have is the white bottle, and I am looking for a sample of that right now. But I have actually worn a couple of the other ones. We're going to talk about those in another scent talk. I just wanted to go ahead and showcase this, and I would say this was the highlighted perfume of the week for me, and I did wear this for 2 days as well. I love this scent and I just had to pick it up. So again, this is Delina from Parfums de Marly. Okay, you guys, so this does sum up season 2, episode 7 of Scent Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any of these fragrances that I talked about today, comment down below and let me know your thoughts because I love reading you guys' comments and hearing you guys' thoughts on these fragrances. And this one fragrance in particular, which was my highlighted scent, which is Parfums de Marly Delina. If you have Delina, comment down below and let me know how you feel about it, or if you sampled it, how she wears for you, because I am a huge fan. I love it. That's why I had to go ahead and pick up the bottle. And Killian Princess was #2 for me. I really, really enjoyed that as well. Bella Rosa wasn't too bad. Not a love, but she's definitely is starting to grow on me, and it has changed my thoughts about how I initially felt about it. But comment down below and let me know how you feel about it. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.